Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Readiness and the Time of the Shift. Today, I want to talk to you about how do we, as spiritual teachers, create changes, foster growth and evolution of consciousness in others. Yes, I do have methods. Yes, I do have mechanics. I do have teaching from breath control to emotional intelligence to special kind of meditation activations, inner child work, shadow work, all kinds of things that I teach my clients and my students that allows them to get in touch with themselves. But no matter what I say, if the client is not prepared to initiate the change within themselves by applying the mechanic in real life, by actually going through personal events and crises and shifting their awareness into something else and watching themselves react and therefore evolve in consciousness, there's nothing that I personally can do. Now, it's very easy for the spiritual teacher to be quoted to the person because you desire so much for them to succeed. You want them to be better. It's very easy for you to begin now to become a stage mom, in other words, and try to live their life for them in the background. So you get quoted to them. So, and I'm very aware of this, and this is something that I'm monitoring all the time in me as a teacher to make sure that I'm not doing this. I am also aware that a lot of other teachers, and somebody recently I had a conversation, a lunch with somebody recently that has some private information about a major influencer in the coaching community that has a lot of huge audience. And I'm, on mass media, this person is the picture perfect image of complete success. But I understood now, and I always was suspicious that something was wrong. And now I became aware in the background that there was a lot of information that were not being given in the mass media. There was no transparency. And as much as possible, I use my life and my personal experience as example to demonstrate to other people the peace, the serenity, and the ascendance that I know. And I'm going to tie this up very neatly because I had subsequently today a conversation with somebody else at the gym doing my yoga who came up to me and said, I have to book there's something about you that's so peaceful and so serene, and I seem to be kind of angry, and he put themselves up and say, I'm not really angry, but I am agitated about certain kind of issues. I feel certain ways about certain things. And then he began to try to share some of it with me. And as we begin to talk, he began to realize, and I shared with him that the greatest, look, and I'm going to share it with you right now, what I said to him. No one can change anyone. You may have methods. You may have all kinds of mechanics and level of things that you can. The greatest influencer to cause somebody to have an impetus to change is for you to become the change that you're trying to preach. Now, this man doesn't know me for Adam, and he just walked up to me and said, there's something about you that's different. You have a peace and a serenity that I would like to be able to achieve. That's broadcasting. Instead of you teaching methods and mechanic and charging all this money to try to influence the world, if your heart is in truly the mission and the service of actually changing humanity for a better tomorrow, that's what you should be pursuing. Yes, it's great to make the money as well, but it shouldn't be the first goal. The goal should be really for you to be able to stand to become the change, so much so that wherever you go, people actually see it. And when they see it, they come to you and they say to you, like this man just said to me, there's something about you that's different. Can you talk to me about what is it that you're doing to cause you to have that kind of peace profound? And the moment that happened, This is somebody that your broadcast reached somebody. Now, sometimes they don't have to verbally say it, but they're thinking of it. Sometimes you're in a park, you're sitting down, and people are looking at you because they are seeing something in your glow, your aura, something that's so different that they can't put their finger on it on a conscious level, but their soul knows that the peace that you have is reminding them that that same peace exists within them and that they have to find a way to it. Now, the methods that you have will help them achieve it, but the method all by themselves cannot make them achieve it. No matter how well crafted your presence is on mass media, it will not equate. Okay, no matter how well videographed that you are, no matter well edited that you are, nothing will equal the true authenticity of your word, and more importantly, of your energy broadcast. And the moment this begins to radiate out, people will seek you out because of that truth, because their soul will see the truth, because you're authentic and you're true. So my message to you today is an invitation for you to be the change that you desire, because that's the only way you can influence the world. Talking about the change, preaching about the change, creating documentaries, broadcasts about the change is nothing in comparison than you becoming fully evolved in consciousness and becoming an exemplary of the change that you're trying to have humanity achieve. And the moment you're in that space, you're fully broadcasting. Without you doing anything, just being you in your elevated consciousness, you're now broadcasting, and others will now begin to seek you out and say, you're doing something different. I can tell. Because the moment I said this to this man, he said, I knew the moment I saw you that you were doing something different. And now he has the nerve, after seeing me for a few months, he has now the nerve to finally approach me and say, I want to talk to you about exactly what you're doing. So I hope that instead of you trying, as you're all light workers and way showers, trying to lead humanity, and instead of focusing on the methods that you have achieved and trying to sell this method, market and so on and so forth, become the change. And as you become the change, the marketing and all that other stuff added to you transforming yourself will reach authentically others and cause them to change in a very deep way. Give this video a thumbs up, a like. I post a video once a week. Please share if this is in alignment with you, and I'll talk to you next week.